What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another VR review, and this is a brand new title. Well, I say brand new, but this is a remake of a game that came out in 2016, so pretty long time ago in terms of VR. But today we're going to be talking about Arizona Sunshine Remake. Now, I never played this when it first came back out in 2016. In fact, I didn't even get a VR headset until maybe 2020, 2021. So I didn't even know this game existed, but it came out on PC first originally, then it made its way to the PlayStation VR 2, PlayStation VR 1 as well, and then, Arizona Sunshine 2 came out last year, I think, on all platforms, and it was a bit of a surprise that we were going to be getting the remake of the first one. So I'm kind of glad that I held off for that reason, because I've been meaning to pick it up many times over the years. I've had a VR headset. So what sets this apart from the remake is the graphics have been overhauled. There's lots of higher resolution textures, different models on the zombies or the Freddies. So there's just better visuals in pretty much every aspect, like the world, the assets of the world, the cactuses, the ammo crates. All of those things have been put in a much higher resolution with completely different models. Like I said, I've not played the original, but I have seen it before, and honestly, it's a really good looking game for its original time. But this one really does overhaul it in quite a big way. It brings it up to the standards of Arizona Sunshine 2 in that way, I would say. I don't think it excels that really, but it's at the same level as Arizona Sunshine 2. This version actually includes all of the DLC as well, so you are getting the full package. If you have the original version on PSVR 1, you do get a small upgrade fee to get this one, so I think it's like $10 to get the next gen version. So it's a big win if you do already have the original version of the game. So I think there was 3 DLCs in total, so I'm gonna guess that adds an extra hour or two to the gameplay. So I've played maybe hour and 20 minutes of the game, so I'm only up to chapter 3, but I think that's a decent chunk of time for me to make a review of just how good this game is, considering now I've played 2 as well, so I've got the gist of the gameplay mechanics and how it's different from the original. This one includes a 2-player full co-op campaign of the story, and also you can team up with 3 other players, up to 4 players, playing the Horde mode, which is also a good amount of fun. I've never had a full squad together to try it out, but I know it'd be great fun, because what is better than shooting zombies in VR with your friends? So right off the bat, I never finished Arizona Sunshine 2 because I wanted to sort of play the original first. So what I have played of it, maybe got 2 or 3 chapters in, and I kind of just fell off it because there was so many games coming out. But when I heard about this remake, and actually I went to Gamescom and they had a giant statue of this Freddy there, which looked awesome. I never got the chance to play it there just because I couldn't meet my appointment. I had to fly back to the UK, but I really wanted to try it, and I saw people playing it, and it looked really cool then. One of the first things that I noticed when playing Arizona Sunshine 1 compared to 2 is you get so much more access to a lot of variety of different weapons, like early on in the game, and you seem to be able to swap them out freely quite often. Whereas in the second one, it was more like a slow build up where you were picking up weapons every now and again, but you just have like your basic pistol, and then maybe an hour later you'd find a shotgun or something else different. But in this one, it seemed like I was finding lots of cool weapons to try out, like from the off. Like I could swap between a single loading rifle to a submachine gun to little Uzis, pistols, and like a revolver. So it was constantly giving me new things to play with, as well as grenades as well, and it was really fun to just jump in there and just start destroying these zombies as well, because you get to the grips of the hand-to-hand melee combat as well pretty soon into the game, with crowbars and hammers and all kind of things you can pick up and just decapitate these zombies with. I think one of the big things they've added to this version as well is the gore effects. So dismembering enemies and just like taking chunks off their body with bullets or melee weapons. I don't think that was in the original game. I think they were more like static models. You might have been able to cut their heads off, but in this one they really added the depths of layer to the gore mechanics, like you see in the second one. You can like sort of shoot them in the legs and little chunks will come off until you see the bone, and it really just adds to the immersion. So I have mostly been playing on the PSVR 2 version, and it does look good. It does look slightly blurry in some aspects, but I think that's just because I had tested out the PC version, which was like crystal clear. Haven't tried out the Quest 3 version of the game yet, but I'd be eager to try it out. But from what I've played, man, it's pretty good. The overall experience has been a good one so far. Haven't really ran into any bugs. I did play this a bit earlier than the launch. I've been playing this for maybe a few days now. There were a couple of bugs beforehand, which have been patched out now, and that was something to do with the HDR not turning on, but that has been patched. I'm happy to confirm in time for launch. And honestly, I didn't really run into anything else in the game which hindered my experience. So by the time this video drops on launch day, you guys have probably got like a really fixed up nice version for you to check out, and I do recommend trying it out. I think I got to the end of chapter 3, and that was me playing in just over 1.5 hours. So I feel like this game could probably be quite short. I think there's 7 or 8 chapters, so you're looking at maybe 3 or 4 hours, which for the price, especially if you get the upgrade path, then I think it's well worth the money. Bringing it up to the standards of the second game as well. If you've not played either of them, you've got this whole sort of story to catch up on. You get to play through the 1 and 2 back to back in the same fidelity, which is great for newcomers. I really enjoyed like some of the humor in this one as well. I feel like in the second one it was a little bit over the top at times, but in the first one it's kind of like withdrawn a bit, and I feel like a lot of the writing and the jokes land a bit more in it. But like I said, I've not played too much of the second one to really get into the story. Maybe it's something to do with the character being alone for a lot more time. I think the protagonist is unnamed in this game. He's just like the guy you're playing as, and everyone else is a Freddy. He kind of only has zombies for friends. He's trying to find someone out in this world. Playing on the survival mode, or the hard mode, I guess, it did add a level of tension that I was not prepared for. So in these games, from what I played in Arizona Sunshine 2, you kind of can sort of wait for the zombies to come towards you and take shots at them and just sort of dismantle them as if they were a brainless zombie. But when you add the extra difficulty on, like a couple of bites will take you down to really low health, so you've really got to be careful. And this game pitted me in a few experiences where there was multiple, I'm talking 10 plus zombies coming at me at sometimes. And when you've only got 6 or 7 bullets in your gun, you're not going to kill them all, and you might miss a few of those shots. So the panic mode sets in when you've got to really try and, pop the clip out, put a new clip in, pull the clip back, and then you're ready to shoot again. And it can get a bit frantic, and I think that's what this game excels in, is when you're in a tense moment where you've got to figure it out and you've got to just get through that situation by any means possible, by picking up crowbars and smashing zombies in with one hand while you're shooting zombies in the other way to keep the hordes away from you. So I really love that aspect of it, but I've not played it on any of the easier difficulties. I've not played it on the hardest one, so I only have the guess of what it's like on the survival mode. So overall, I would recommend checking out Arizona Sunshine Remake, whatever platform you're playing it on. I've not tried the Quest version, but the other 2 versions I have played have been a great experience, and I can't wait to get through the main story, check out the horde mode, and then jump into Arizona Sunshine 2 straight after it and do the entire duology. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. If this is the first time checking out your channel, do check out the rest of my VR content and anything else you think you might enjoy, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll be back with more VR content very soon. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.